We still gonna have to move it. Probably have to move it over whenever you get a chance. Matter of fact, I might can do it while you're doing that. I was gonna get it. Oh, you was gonna get it? Hey, the brother, he brought them shades back. The trooper.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing.
And
He didn't have a seat?
no, they wasn't mine. I think I just told him to sit it down. They was like the brothers just donated them to the school for us to use, I guess.
How far you want to go?
Literally right on the edge. Like right on the edge of this top step. That'd be perfect. Still look like you light it up. You gotta be literally like right around. A lot better. All right, shalom, Israel. Y'all Bashim, y'all shop right back in here. Let's see.
The camera is crooked.
Whatever it is, James. All right, shalom, Israel. Y'all Bashim, y'all shop right at top. That was Shamar al-Thumb by Shem Shah, Priest and Officer Marah. Also 1000 in the Israelite School UPK. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna start the class. It's a Lashawan Qadash class, right? So lucky y'all for trying to fix these armbands real quick. But y'all know we in this right here, the biblical Hebrew text. Is it working textbook? Text and workbook, right? We stopped on lesson 11. I believe lesson 11 was the last one that we did. We're going to be going into, not today, but next week, going back into lesson 11 and continuing from there, the series. I know I've been procrastinating on putting that series out. I'm going to put it out just so y'all can go back and ain't got to keep searching for it. We're going to title everything, make sure everything is up there clearly. So today, what we're going to do is the ending connectors. Last week, we did the beginning connectors, just as a recap. Any new students so they can catch up with us, know where we're at, know what we're doing. So we're going to be doing the ending connectors today. I'm also going to go on the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary and want to show you Joshua. I want to show you that Christ's name is Joshua in English, and I believe Jesus is Greek. Right? I'm not sure if it's Greek, but I believe it's Greek, right? But Joshua is Yahushua. It's the same Hebrew name we're going to show you in the scriptures. We're going to go in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, show you that too. First, we're going to get into these connectors. The beginning, we did the beginning connectors last week. Then we're going to do the ending connectors this week. Just to recap, like I said, just to get back into it, instead of helping any new students that may not that may not have known that we was teaching out of this book, out of the Biblical Hebrew Text and Workbook, which you can find on the ISUPK website under the Study Tools tab. I believe it's number 36 or 37. It might be 37. That being said, we're going to get into it, right? Also, post your questions. Of course, everybody going to post their comments. You ain't got to say that, but post your questions. If you got any questions, we're going to go right into it, all right? With that being said, our first connector that we're going to do, right? And let me just give like a little introduction to these connectors, just so y'all know, right? The connectors, when I say connectors, I'm speaking about, in Hebrew we say characters, but in English they would say letters. It's just that our letters are pictures of things, right? I'm trying to do mark, it might be a little bit better. Our letters, our alphabetical letters, they are pictures of things. But Diala went over it last week. This is, and if you notice, even with English, this is the letter A. In English, this is the character I in Hebrew. It's sort of just termed a different way, right? You got Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zaka, Tayaka, Lama, Nasa, I, Pat, Zakwa, Rasha, all the way down, right? That's the Hebrew alphabet. This was the picture of, I can't draw, right? But I be trying to sometimes, right? It's just a cow or a bull, which is a cow, right? This with his head turned sideways. You gotta think about what Adam was looking at when he formed these letters. Imagine making your own alphabet up in today's language, because at that time, Hebrew was spoken by everybody on the planet. Can I get that go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Why did it change? Like, why was it taken away? If that was the native, why was it taken away from? So everybody spoke it, correct?
Yes.
So what happened in that lineage or in that time frame?
Mm-hmm.
And 2, where was it hidden from us at? And then 3, how did we find it again?
Oh, that's perfect. I was actually going to go into
sorry.
that. No, man, listen, that's perfect. Right, I was actually going into that, right?
Okay.
When I asked for Genesis, give me Genesis 10 first, right? I want to show you Genesis 10 and 25. I want to show you Eber, right? First in the scriptures, right? Because they if you notice on in America, right? They say our language is Aramaic, right? They say Aramaic, right? I'm not sure how to spell that. They also say Paleo Hebrew. This is also another term they call it. All that's the term for ancient Hebrew. Oh, they also call it Phoenician. That's the other one. Phoenician. They try to contribute to the Africans. I'm not sure that's how you spell it. But one, they say Aramaic, which comes from a man named Aram, which is not in our lineage, right? He is, but he's not the reason why that we have the Hebrew. He's not in our lineage, all right, so to speak. He's not in our lineage. He does come from it's either Peleg or Foxside, one of them, or Salah. One of the I know he's Shemitic. I know he comes out of Shem. I just forget where it branches off. He would be like a great uncle today. He would say it like that. But he don't come from our father's bloodline. It would stop at our grandfather, so to speak. So they contribute to Aram. They also say Paleo Hebrew to try to make it like it's caveman Hebrew, right? And then they say Phoenician. If you know Phoenicia, they Africans, right? So they try to contribute it to everybody except for who it's supposed to be, which is a man named Eber, which is where you get the word Hebrew from, right? Hebrew comes from a man named Eber. And Eber is the reason why we have Hebrew. It's the other way of saying Hebrew, right? Eber, Hebrew, in the transliteration of language, not transliteration, but like etymology and all that stuff. You'll see how it's just Hebrew and Hebrew is the same damn thing. All right, it's the same person.
I'm sorry, yeah, question. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If I could, I was going to say, Aram is Eber's uncle. He's the son of Shem.
Thank you. He's the son of Shem, Eber's uncle, but it's not Eber. So, like I said, it would go back to our grandfather, Shem. It's like having a great uncle. You know what I mean? Like it ain't your dad. It's your dad's brother. Oh, you want to come through, sir? Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's your dad's brother. You know what I mean? He's not in your direct lineage. If your son was to say, Dad, give me your lineage, you wouldn't say your brother's name. You would say, oh, son, it's you, then it's me, then it's my dad, and it's your great granddad, then it's his, you know what I mean? So you wouldn't go, oh, here's brother Steve, my brother Jeff. You know what I mean? You would give him your lineage.
So
right?
those were three types of languages right there?
No, they all the same language. They all this right here.
Okay.
This is ancient Hebrew. This is all ancient Hebrew. They call it Paleo Hebrew. They call it Aramaic. They call it Phoenician. Phoenician is the African. Paleo Hebrew is like caveman Hebrew. That's what I get when they try to say it. That's what it sounds like. Some old caveman Hebrew. Go ahead.
It's kind of like saying they wrote it on the stove.
Right.
That's what it sounds
And
like.
then Aramaic, they trying to say it comes from Aram, which would be our great uncle, and not our actual great grandfather. You know what I mean? So the white man, he's a devil. He's a snake, and he good with it. Shit, stuff he do, he good with it. He won't give you an all out lie, but he will tell you. You won't say, no, you're not a Johnson. He'll say you're a Johnson, but that ain't your dad. Your uncle's your dad. He's a smooth criminal. Look like Michael Smith. He's a goddamn smooth criminal with his. He'll steal your identity and then tell you you're somebody else. And then he'll walk around with your credit cards and, you know what I mean? And if he could, take your wife, which he tries to do. You know what I mean? So with that being said, if you can give me Genesis 10th chapter, the 25th verse, we're going to go into Genesis 10 and 25. While you're reading that, I'm going to send this class out.
Okay.
Send this out to Officer Yawash.
Genesis 10
and 25.
and 25.
Yep.
And unto Eber.
Unto who?
Eber.
Go up to verse 23.
23.
Now we're going to get the backdrop, all right? Because this is the lineages. Go ahead.
It's like
Verse 23. And the children of
No, I'm going to let the brother read it, if you don't mind. Go ahead.
Okay, 23.
Uh-huh.
And the children of Aram, Uz and Hall.
Go up 2 more verses.
2 more to 21.
Yeah, because now it's starting to go into Aram. It's talking about the sons of Shem, which Aram is the son of Shem. He's just not in our lineage. He's our uncle. You know what I mean? Yeah, but he's not in our direct lineage. And the language does not come from Aram. Go ahead.
21. To Shem also the father of all the children of Eber.
Brother of who?
Of Eber. The brother of Japheth, the elder, even him were children born.
Go ahead.
The children of Shem.
So it's telling you, it's not saying Eber is the brother of Japheth. It's saying Shem is the brother of Japheth. Even to Shem, children were born. And Eber was the son that they named of Shem. It said Eber, even to the brother of Japheth, the elder brother. I believe Japheth might have been the oldest, or Shem might have been the oldest. I forget
Japheth was the elder.
Right. And then it's saying that Shem even had children, and that Eber was Shem's son. Go ahead.
Okay. 22. The children of Shem, Elam and Ashur, and Ephrath.
Arphaxad, yo. Go ahead.
Arphaxad.
Yeah.
And Lud. And Aram.
And who?
Aram.
That's where they get Aramaic. But we already read that Eber was Shem's son too. So Eber is where it comes from. Now drop down to verse 25.
25. And unto Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg.
Go ahead.
For in his days was the earth divided.
Yeah. In Peleg's time, who was Eber's son, the earth was divided. Now we're gonna go in the 11th chapter, and it's going to explain what it means by being divided. You can go to Genesis 11:1. And just so you know, after Peleg, it continues our lineage. So it's going to go Peleg, then it's going to go Ruth, then it's going to go Terah, then Nahor, then Abraham, and then Isaac, Jacob. So it's going to go straight like that. Aram ain't in our lineage. Like, he's a part of the family, but he's not our lineage. He's not my dad's dad, all the way back to Adam. You know what I mean? He's somebody else's dad's dad. You know what I mean? That's my uncle, but my lineage come from my dad. You know? Go ahead.
If I could, they said paleo means ancient or like old.
Right.
And Kwam Gawam said Shalom on Christ.
Shalom on Christ, Kwam Gawam, Most High in Christ. And that's why I say that they say paleo, but it sounds, all the pictures they show when they say it sounds like caveman Hebrew, because it's nothing but the writings on the walls that we used to do. Like writings on, not on walls, but on stone. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to say on walls, that's literally what Esau did in caves. Go ahead.
Is that part of like hieroglyphic? Right?
It is a type of hieroglyphic because it's like a writing on a wall, and it's just not as pictorial. Ours, we made letters out of pictures instead of writing the picture itself. Like Egyptians drew the picture of cows and all that. Our letters come from a cow, come from a wave, house, door, things like that, a fish hook, things that we saw. Imagine saying, all right, I'm gonna make this pen, the letter I. I'm gonna use this as the letter B. I'm gonna use that as the letter C. So, and that's how we did it. Go ahead.
So in today's time, how would we decipher that?
How we decipher what?
Like, what that means. Like, the average person would...
No, okay. We don't have to go as deep into it now, because now, I always wondered this too, why he put those, like how he put those specific letters to make that word. But you got to think back, they already had these words. Everybody was already speaking Hebrew, which is the point of what I'm about to show you. Everybody spoke Hebrew. But Adam made his specific letters. Like, imagine I just made my own letters to English. Instead of A, this is the letter A, I just drew something different. Like, that's going to be A. Then the letter B, I said, all right, this is going to be B. And then C, and then so on. So we already had, which I'm about to give you in Genesis, the 11th chapter. Is going. So if you can read that and ask a question, because it might answer your question in Genesis 11:1, if you can read.
Okay. Chapter 11, 11:1. And the whole earth was of one language.
You see that? Which means when Adam was on the earth, it was already one language, which was Hebrew. He just made his own letters. Like I said, he saw the cow. He said, all right, this is going to be the letter A. This is the letter I. This is the letter U. I see a lion. I draw a lion here. It's the letter C. You know, it's just how he did it. That's what he chose. A chair would be the letter H or something like that. You know what I mean? That's just how imagine making your own alphabet. But back then, you didn't have TV and all that. So you would do what you seen on the land, your everyday life. I go fishing. You know what I mean? I catch a fish. Taking the hook out, you like, use this hook. It's going to be letter Y. I like this hook right here. I caught 10 fish with it. That's the letter Y. The door of your house might rip. You fix the door, you say, you know what, damn door getting on my nerves. But I am going to use it because I like this new door that I put. That's going to be the letter D. That's, you know, so you're using your everyday life, and that's what he did. Now, he didn't have to as much as put it's not like Egyptology. Why would they put this leaf thing right here next to the human hand? Like, we got to decipher that. That's heathenistic. And who knows what the hell they did. I wouldn't give a damn. But us, we already had the language. He just made his own letters too.
Right. And that would probably be my next one.
Go ahead.
That was my next question. What was the purpose? Was it to communicate with others in a circle or?
No, imagine starting your own thing.
Right.
Like, people start their own trend with clothes. But imagine you saying, you know what, Lord put the spirit on you. You like, you know what, start my own damn music. Like, I'm going to leave my kids something. We're going to have our own language. We're going to have our own land. And we're going to do shit according to the Lord. Imagine if the whole earth just stopped obeying the Lord except for you. You're like, I can't take this shit no more. So lock it for the language. You're like, you know what? Baby boy sit right here next to me. Baby girl sit next to me. We gonna make our own thing. We gonna make some letters. We gonna make our own alphabet. This our land that we own. We gonna put up some signs, some gates, and we gonna live life according to the Lord, no matter what anybody else is doing. And there, imagine 1,000 years. But your family keep your language, keep everything you taught them, and now you are a people. You just so happen to run the world because you the flyest nigga around. Go ahead.
If I could, that's like literally what happened with Adam.
That's literally that's why I explained it. Yeah, I was like, hey, I explained it to you like that because literally what happened with Adam.
Like,
I explained it exactly like that. Go ahead.
If I could, like we know in the scripture show like there's other people around Adam. God just like, I'm gonna take this brother here, I'm gonna set you in dominion over everything, let you set up, you know what I'm saying, and do this and that, you name everything, and I'm gonna set you up good. And then he made sure everything revolved around his family after that versus everybody else.
Go ahead.
So Adam and Eve wasn't the first people then?
No, they weren't not. They were the first people on the earth. Give me Genesis, the first chapter.
The first?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you read it. Genesis 1 and go to 26.
Genesis 1 and 26.
Listen, 2 sentences gonna be like the white man is the devil. So I'm trying to show you 2 quick sentences. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, this one doesn't even have. It was ripped out.
All right, it was ripped out. Wait, you got Bibles up here. I'll just give you this. It's all good. I'll give you this. Oh, you got one for me? Go ahead. Listen, Israel, we prove all things, man. This ain't like one person's view. This is for everybody online. We prove all things, and it's always an excellent pleasure to show a brother or a sister the scriptures. Oh, man, the water. You know what I mean? Water, he gave me some shades to toss on. I like the shades, man. You know what I mean? As y'all know, we in the Feast of Hanukkah. Everybody would have been flying fresh and partying. They narrow ASS's off. You know what I mean? Let me see. Let me take a look at it. See if I can see the what you call it.
Somebody good. You gonna look at your phone?
Yeah, I could have looked at my phone. But go ahead. Let me know where you got Genesis 1 and 26.
1 and 26, and I'm there.
Go ahead.
And God said, "Let us make man in our image."
He said what?
Let us make man in our image.
So first off, who the hell is the hour if God is talking? It's a good question, right? That's the angels. When they say God in Hebrew, this means the power. And the word that Hebrew word right there means powers, it's plural. It's talking about the angels. That word in Hebrew, the word God, that was translated as God, right? This is one of the mistranslations, is Alahai. Allah, Ha, and then Yom, which we're going to go into some endings. This is a plural ending, a masculine plural ending. Yom, right? That's the first masculine plural ending you'll see. The character Yom. So that word in Hebrew is La, Ha, Yom. Allah is, Allah or Allah means power, right? Allah Yom is powers. So God / power, but in this case, it's plural, so it's powers. I'll just put that like that and I'll step out the way, right? So the powers said, or in English, it should have been, since it was translated as God, it should have been gods said. That would have been more onto it, more the correct version. But they know that there's only one God. So it's not talking about more than one God, it's just talking about the angels, the powers. Remember, Christ said, ye are gods, ye are powers, but you shall die like men. I mean, the Most High said, Christ said ye are gods too. The Most High also said we are gods, but we shall die like men. Right? So with that being said, that's the first connector. This connector is Yom. Right? Now we're going over the ending connectors. So the first connector is Yom. So, and God said, and the powers said, this is Christ and the angels. Christ was the first thing made. That's in, I believe, John, the 3rd chapter, right? where it says, in the beginning was the Word, that was Christ. Meaning he's the Word of the Lord, right? And it was nothing else but him. I believe it also is another scripture that says, before Christ was not anything made. So the Lord made Christ, then the angels, then everything else, right? And then sent Christ here as Adam. And Christ is Adam, right? But we're going to go into that. The Lord said what? The powers said what? Genesis 1:26.
Okay. Let us make man in our image.
So let us make man in our image. The angels, Christ, giving them the order that God gave him. God gave him an order. He gave that order to the angels, and now Christ and the angels are saying, let us make man in our image. You know what that means? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
No.
It means, number one, an image is a likeness, right? And it is a likeness. Meaning, let us make man in our likeness, the way we are, in our image. We obey the Lord. Angels don't have a choice to be good or bad. They just do whatever the Lord says. Angels the Lord has angels on the right-hand side, which are the good angels. We say the right-hand side. And then on the left-hand side, he have what people call today demons, which are angels that he have to prove that you ain't as loyal or as righteous as you say you are. So Satan, his command is over the angels that go out and show the Most High that you an evil nigga. And that's that. An evil, wicked, straight up Negro or Hispanic or First Nations man or woman. That's what they do. They go out and show the Most High, like, look, sir, you gave that brother or that sister all that great glory. Gave him a good husband, gave him a good wife, gave that brother riches, and he ain't give you nothing in return. He don't pay tithes. He don't give a damn about serving you. He's evil. Take it all from him. Lord say, go ahead. Lord turn his face from you. All you hear is pow, 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 pow. And now everybody got your face on the t-shirt. That's the Lord. Look, he the one running the show. He can do whatever the hell he want to do. So the Lord gave Christ and the angels the order that he gave the order to Christ that he want man made. Christ and the angels said, look, let us make man the way we are. We obey the Most High. So read on.
After our likeness, and let them have dominion over the flesh of the sea.
So now, keep on reading. So now we got dominion over the fish. Go ahead.
And over the fowl.
And over the birds. We like chicken wings. Go ahead. Like turkey wings. Go ahead.
The fowl of the air. And over the cattle.
We like oxtail. We like venison, which is deer. Like curry goat. We like lamb. We eat lamb for the Passover over the cattle. Go ahead.
And over all the earth.
And all the earth, the dominion of the earth. We go and live wherever the hell we want to live. Before Esau had us asleep. We did at that time anyway. Go ahead.
And over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
We got pet lizards, pet snakes, pet rats. Come on. You know, you got, that's it. Pet worms if you want a damn worm. Go ahead.
This would be 27. Okay. So God created man in his own image.
The powers created man in the Lord's image. Go ahead.
In the image of God created he.
In the image of the power. Go ahead.
He, him.
Uh-huh.
Male and female created.
Now.
He, them.
Go ahead. Keep going.
And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Get it in.
Multiply. Replenish the earth. And subdue it. And he had dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the living things that moveth upon the earth.
Dang, they went and made babies, set up their nation, set up everything. Keep on reading.
And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed,
Mm-hmm.
which is upon the face of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and every tree which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat.
Go ahead.
And to
Meaning
every
to you it shall be for food. Letting you know that meat is food, which is why it says meat. So you don't have to be a vegetarian unless you want to. It's up to you. But meat is lawful. Go ahead.
and to every beast, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life.
Mm-hmm.
I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so.
And it was what?
It was so.
Go ahead.
31. And God saw everything that he made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day.
It was what day?
The sixth day.
That was 6 days, right? Meaning 6,000 years. A day is as 1,000 years, right? Day unto the Lord is as 1,000 years unto us. It's in the Bible. That's the 6th day. All right, go to Genesis 2 and 1.
2 and 1. Genesis 2 and 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished.
You said you heard that, right? Heavens and earth was finished, right? Man is created, right? All right, drop down to verse 3. So heavens and earth done, right?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. And people created, they having sex and everything.
Right.
All right, go ahead. Read Genesis
I got
2.
it. All right. And God blessed the seventh day.
Now, we in the 7th day. Whole nother time. We in another 1,000 years. Go ahead.
And sacrificed it. Because
Sanctified.
I'm just
Go ahead, man. Look, take your time.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Where we at? 3, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
2 and 3. And God blessed it, and God blessed the seventh day, and sacrificed it,
And sanctified.
it.
Meaning cleansed it. Go ahead. Made it clean.
Because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created.
So God is straight up done. He good. All the work is done. He chilling. He resting. Go ahead. Verse 4.
These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth, when they were created. In the day that the Lord God made the earth,
Everything is said.
and the heaven,
Mm-hmm.
and every plant of the field before it was in the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and every herb of the field before it grew.
Yep.
For the Lord God has not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to
Till the ground.
the ground.
Go ahead.
But there went up a mist from the earth.
Meaning the mist, like in the rainforest and all that. Sometimes when it's foggy, that's the perfect example. When it's foggy, that mist, like when it rains, okay, today it would rain, right? But back then it didn't rain. But on days when it's foggy, it's a mist that goes over the land and it will water the face of the earth. It didn't rain, which is why they looked at Noah crazy, because he's building the ark saying water gonna fall out the goddamn sky. It's like, this nigga's crazy. Water, you mean tell me water gonna fall out the sky and I'm gonna die from water falling out the sky? It's like, I feel you. You've been building that ark for 40 years because you think water coming out the sky? Listen, all right, and then everybody died, right? And it's the same thing with us. We say Christ's gonna return. Christ's gonna crack the sky. You mean to tell me the invisible man, Jesus, gonna come out the sky with all these UFOs and we gonna all die? I feel you. How long y'all been teaching? Since 69? It's a long time. He's still coming, right? All right, I feel you. Where the weed at? That's how they look at us. They look at us the exact same way. All right, go ahead, keep on reading.
But there went up a mist from the earth.
Now, I'm going to skip you down to verse 7.
7, okay. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
Wait a minute, he did what?
He formed man of the dust of the ground.
Go ahead.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
Now, Baruch 4 and 1 tell you the breath of life is the laws, statutes, and commandments of God. Adam was the first man into the truth. And you're about to find out. Go ahead.
And man became a living soul.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord God planted a garden eastward of Eden. And there he put the man who had.
There he put who? No, wait. There, what does it say? There he put who?
The man. The man.
Now, he ain't, remember, creation is done. They multiplying, having sex, growing fruit and all that. But they didn't have like a garden. Fruit is growing, they're eating food. And then he took a man and formed a man. Because some people will hear, oh, see here, right here, he made man out of dust of the ground. No, the work is done. He's done working. Then it tells you he put the man, that one person, after man was created. It can't say mankind because he makes a difference between plants, animals, the things that creep on the ground, and male and female human beings. That was during the 6th day. So now he put the man, go ahead.
Whom he had formed.
Go ahead.
And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight. So
there you have it. Adam and Eve was not the first people on the planet. They were the first men and women in the truth. All right. Give me verse 21. And this.
21. Okay. Genesis 2:21.
And then we're gonna wrap it with that, and we're gonna go on to the next thing in the class. Go ahead. Oh, I'm gonna get back to the Hebrew. Go ahead. I just want to give you this since you asked.
Okay. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
Now, people read this scripture and don't understand that Adam had more than one wife. It said he took how many of his ribs? Wait a minute. Why is it R-I-B-S? Why is it ribs up? Yeah, he took one of them. Meaning one of his ribs was his family. Sometimes it go down like that. Listen, it gets down like that. And some people will call it incest, but it's actually lawful to marry, I believe it's your mother's side of your family. So you can marry her side, that's lawful. That's not unlawful, you know what I mean? And brothers and sisters, if you know about, Negro history, we did that a lot down south. My grandfather married his mom's side, but he followed Judaism too. You know what I mean? But he married his mom's cousin daughter. So his mom's cousin, her daughter, he married. You know what I mean? They're from Glenwood, Georgia. So my grandfather married his mom, cousin daughter. And that was just something that was like, it wasn't unknown. That's something that's known that people know down south that they do. Matter of fact, they put it in movies and try to make fun of it. Like, look at you liking your cousin and all that stuff, right? It's lawful. Now, we ain't telling nobody go, Captain Tazariak said this perfectly. He said, we ain't telling nobody go ruin their family reunion. That's not what we saying. But are you a sinner? No, you're not. All right? And it's perfectly lawful. And if y'all, one of us, had kids and y'all stayed together, look, that's good. One of Adam's wives was his family. Go ahead. One of his wives. Go ahead.
If I could, even like a certain cousin, not like the first cousin, it's like.
Okay, I don't think it's a number of the cousins. It just, I know for sure that the scriptures always go to like the mother's side. That's how we got the 12 tribes from going to his mom's side, her family. So, and that's how we got, they told Esau to do the same thing. Go to Laban, who was his mom's, who was Sarah's. Wait, not Sarah, who was Rebecca's side of the family, right? It's always been like that. I forgot who else did it. It's a little jammed up in my mind right now, right? But let's keep going. So he took one of his ribs. Go ahead. All right, but you get the sense, right? We can drop that for now. Now let's go to Genesis 11, right? Go ahead, Oscar Walk.
Real quick, I was watching something a long time ago where he saw like scientists was like breaking down like they were talking about creation, and they basically were saying like the creation story in the Bible is actually like correct, but they was like we've been looking at it the wrong way. They was like we thinking that God did everything in the day, but they were saying like the first time when they say it was formless, it's like it was periods the earth went through, where God made it like it was in this period, and he left it like that for a while. And then he switched it over to another period, and he left it like that for a while. Then he switched it to another period, like I think it said life sprang out the ocean. He was like, our science say the same thing. So he was comparing, like, look, the same thing that we saying, the Bible say the same thing. He was like, but we just not understanding it because we not seeing that God had it like this, and then it stopped, and then he changed it. And then he had it a certain way, that he changed it. And then finally it was to where he could put people here. And then he made it to where we was here like last, and then he stopped. So he not making new creatures no more. Like there's creatures that have been here that died off, and he was saying he made that before for that old creation, and then let it die off. So new stuff to come into the earth. That's what Esau. I see Esau break that down.
Yeah, give Oscar Walk a hand and give Esau a hand for finally stop being an idiot and finally admitting to some truth, right? Now with that being said, right? Now let's go back to Genesis the 11th chapter. And then we're going to continue on to the connectors. So, you got that the whole earth was one language, right?
Yeah.
I continue to read from Genesis 11 and 1. I'm going to put up the next connector up here. All right? So, we did yum, and we're going to do the feminine plural. All right?
Genesis chapter 11 and 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar.
Shinar, that's it.
And dwelt there. And they said to one another, go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build a city and a tower whose top may reach into the heavens. And let us make us a name.
Now, what is name synonymous with in the Bible? Name is synonymous with your reputation. They wanted to build a reputation. This is talking about the Tower of Babel. When they created the Tower of Babel, Esau tries to do it today. He always trying to build up into the sky to make his own reputation, not one for God, not one to glorify who he is, to glorify the Lord's name, to glorify how amazing the Lord is, but to glorify himself. And in doing that, he is going against the Most High, and he knows it. And that spirit has always been in the earth amongst heathens. And our people always tend to get caught up in that spirit, in the spirit of making your own name and your own reputation. And in doing that, you're always going to get thrown down. Now, with that being said, continue to read. Well, now before you read, this is the second connector. This is feminine plural, right? A feminine plural ending. This one is wa. All right, W-A-T-H. This character right here is wa. And this character right here is tha. But they connected, so it's wa. All right, W-A-T-H. Wa. Where you get the word ak, wa from. Ak means brother. Wa is now the feminine version of brother, which is sister. So that makes sense, right? So wa meaning sister. All right. Where can I put it at? This is the word. I'm gonna put it up here so y'all can see it. I'll put it right here. This is the word sister, or sister if you're Black, Hispanic, or First Nations. We say sister. What up, sister? With an A at the end. All right. So with that being said, this right here, this word right here means sister. Akwa. But the wa is at the end because it's feminine form of brother. So y'all can write that down while the brother reads. Go ahead.
Lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
So they wanted to make a name for themselves, lest to prevent that they be scattered upon the earth, which is just like a heathen. That's what they'll always want to do, is make a name for themselves and make their own reputation, unless they be scattered upon the earth, which who cares if you get scattered? Meaning if they get separated, we want to get effed up tonight and remember this night. We want to remember this time in case we all get separated. Because God forbid, we can't all be together. Everybody come together. Michael Jackson sing. You sing with Michael Jackson. We love the world. We are the children. Hold hands. Let's come together. Everything is come together with everybody. And that's not what God wants. And we about to find out. Go ahead, Astawak. You had a question? You had your hand up?
If I could, so, hold on, wife by a sister?
No, wife is not sister, which is why I put the arrow right here. Because I realized that people might think it's sister. This word right, I'm just going to erase it. This word right here means sister. Wife, the word aqua means sister. The wife is just the feminine form. Is the plural ending. The feminine plural ending.
So the wife is a whole thing.
Wife is this. It is feminine plural.
It makes something feminine.
Yes, it's an ending. We're doing endings today. We're doing ending. Remember we did the beginning connectors? Now we're doing ending connectors. All right? So the words that go at the end of a root word or the end of a word. So these are like what you could say is letters or actual words that go at the end of a word to change it, to make it either plural or possessive. Right? Him, her, she, us, or to make something feminine or masculine. All right. Well, everything's masculine, so you can make something feminine with it. All right. Because we have a masculine language. So now, what verse you at? You at Genesis 11 and what?
5.
All right, keep going. I believe you're at the good part now. Go ahead.
And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower.
Uh-huh.
Which the children of men built.
Which the children of men built. Go ahead.
And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And
now when you read that, the Lord said, hold up. Everybody's together. And this what they gonna do? Now you're learning why the earth was divided in Peleg's days. The Lord said, wait a minute, hold up. So everybody decided to come together. I made y'all differently. And everybody decides to come together in one big melting pot. I feel you. But y'all came together to do that? Oh, no. It's like having all your kids. You finally get all your kids together, and then they go rob a bank. You say, you know what? I'm keep y'all little niggas by yourself. That's exactly why I keep y'all by yourself. Go ahead.
Or if I could, when they all separated, you know what I'm saying, they chilling, but you bring them together, and they decide they're going to destroy you. Like, look, we going to get that. Like, that's...
You know what? That's the perfect scenario. Give it Astawak hand. That's the perfect scenario. You know, we're going to get that. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of not having a birthday party because he didn't want to be in the damn truth. You know, get him. And they set you up. And you say, oh, yeah? I'm going to keep y'all separated now. Now y'all want to exchange phone numbers in y'all phone because y'all got phones, right? That I got you. Okay. We're going to take those phones away. I'm going to turn them off. Now you can't contact him. Now you can't contact him. Go ahead, read in the Bible. That's just an example. Go ahead.
And now nothing will be restrained from them.
And now nothing will what?
Be restrained from them.
Go ahead.
Which they have commanded to do.
Go ahead.
Go to. Let us go down and there. Let us go down and there confound their language.
Now, this is the angels. The Lord said, oh no. I got something for them. You call your brothers, yo. Go deal with your nieces and your nephews, man. Go get with them. And you like, shit, ain't nothing, bro. We right down there. Or you call their cousins. Go deal with them. They're like, all right, cool. We get to go. Oh yeah, that ain't no sweat. And now they go down there and they deal with you. Because in your mind, you're like, Now, ain't nobody gonna stop them. When they get together, they can't be stopped. They put a plan together, and they my kids. They can do it. They're like me. They gonna get the job done. Especially more than one of them using their brain. You like, nah, they gotta be stopped. Go deal with your little cousins, man. And they had to be dealt with. Go ahead.
That they may not understand one another's speech.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth.
All right, so now you know why the Lord separated everybody, right? He made this nation over here, he made that nation over here, he made them to have their language, made them to have their language, and them to have their language. Now you know why everybody is separated, which is why we have our own language. So to answer your third question, how did we keep it? Give me Zephaniah 3:9. All right. So now you got us having the language. You know, the earth was all one language. How we kept the language, and now you're gonna figure. How we where we got the language from, and now you're gonna know how we kept it. All right. And when don't take this too lightly. Don't take this one short scripture too lightly. Think of it as what it actually is in reality. And with this scripture right here, and just like every scripture, you better put this in your bosom. You better put this right up in here, in your chest. And for real, you put it right here. All right? Because this is where you need it. You need to feel that thing right here to match it up so you walk correctly in this truth. You walk correctly down this path, man.
Not Zechariah. What is
Zephaniah 3:9. So now we're going to the next connector, right? The next connector, are the brothers getting that? The next connector is Yah. So remember when we did Yah the last time, right? It was at the beginning of a word. Now when the character Yah falls at the end of a word, right? I'm going to do this first. My or me. My/me. Right? Is Yah. Is how you pronounce it. Y-A. Yah. This is what it means. It means me or it means mine. Alright? In fact, I can just put this under it. I ain't got to put it all the way over there. This is how you pronounce the character is Yah. It means mine and it means me. Me or mine. Either or. It's like, how can we say, what do we always say that has Yah at the end? Barak Yah. Al-Bashim Al-Shah Barak Yah. Right? We say that every High Holy Day. We salute the Torah, put our right hand on it, and a gift and a curse. We ask God to bless us. Meaning this is a blood oath. Meaning you mess this oath up, you die. That's the second part of it. Lord getting you up out of here. So it's like we say Barak Yah, right? So Barak and then Yah. Barak means bless. Yah meaning me. Bless me. Right? Barak Yah. When Yah's at the end of the word, it means me or mine. Right?
And if I could,
Go ahead.
when you said that, and then you normally say that for the brothers.
Yes, only brothers can salute the Torah.
And if I could, the Barak Yah, because the way the Most High deal with us, to be His possession.
Right. We ask Him to bless us, give us an inheritance, let us keep our inheritance.
Right.
Let us keep Him on our side. That's the only reason we have an inheritance, because He's with us. So we saying, Lord, be with me, give me an inheritance, give me something for my kids, protect me. All that is in one thing because we blacks and Hispanics. That's all one thing. Just like hot, cold, ill, all that is really different words to say good. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's good. Go ahead.
So if I could, is this feminine?
No, Barak Yah is masculine.
So that's masculine.
Right. Is no reason to feminize this. Some words in Hebrew, they are neutral. Like Barak Yah is blessed me, like a thigh. A thigh means you. It's not masculine or feminine. But then you got a thumb. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barak, a thumb. The ma on it is masculine plural. Thumb, right? How is Shema Allah thun? Thun is feminine plural, right? But the word atha, you say that to a man or a woman, it means you. Atha, right? So you say atha tawab to a brother, meaning you good. You say atha tawaba to a sister. The tawaba is feminine for good, but the atha stays the same. So certain words like that, you don't have to change. This is just an ending, right? So I'm gonna try to keep this over here. We doing the endings, right? The endings in Hebrew. Like I said, this is just a recap. It's always good to do that, man, to keep everybody on the same page, right? So, Yah meaning me or my, all right? When it's at the end of a word. If I wanted to say my house, by Yah, it's house, right? By Yah. I wanted to say my house, by Yah. Now, let me also give you another one. Let me give you an extra one, right? Wait, since we on the character Yah. So hopefully y'all got that down. I'm gonna switch it up. This is real quick. Also, Ite, I-T-E. I-T-E. Israelites, Jesuites, Girgashites, anything Ite, Jerichites, all them ites that we had to beat they behind to get in the goddamn kingdom. Ites. So if you wanted to say Israelite, you would say, and you don't have to do it this way because remember, our language is slang. So you won't actually see it like this. But you could write it this way if you wanted to, and it would be correct. Yashar Aliyah, Israelite. But because our language is slang, you won't see it like that. Some of the Girgashites or some of the other ites, it's just their name. You won't actually see the Yah at the end. But Yah at the end is actually to say Ite, I-T-E. Hebronite. Let me see. What was some of the people that we beat up to get over here? We did the Jerichites, we had to beat up Jericho. What was the other ones? The Phoenicians, we had the Canaanites. Canaaniah, right? Canaanite. So that's another one. And now I'm going to add, so hopefully y'all had that, right? Make sure y'all get that down. Let me step out the way. Yah meaning Ite. I-T-E. Then I'm going to give you another one for Yah when Yah is at the end. Yah is also masculine plural at the end. Damn, what's a good one where they use Yah at the end and it's masculine plural to say more than one man. But hopefully y'all got that down. Y'all can rewind the tape. But Yah is also masculine plural. All right, make something plural. Banya, Yasha'ala, children of Israel. Banya, Ban meaning children. Meaning child. Yah is masculine plural, making it children. Now the word is children. The children of Israel. Banya Yasha'ala. What's your registry? Marah, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yasha'ala. Marah, the son, or child. So son, right? Son of Israel, son of Judah, son of Israel, right? So Ban is child, Ban is also son. Well, Ban is son, is child second. Because really the word Yalad is child. And I don't want to confuse you, just say son. right? Because the word yalad is child, but since we new to it, we'll get into our slang later and how we do things and how we talk. All right, it's 2021. We've been slaves for I don't know how long, and now we just now really slanging all our words to death. You know what I mean? Even though we've been doing that for however many years, right? So Yah is also masculine plural. All right? So now you had a scripture that I asked you to pull. You can give me Zephaniah 3 and 9. All right, y'all can just rewind the tape because y'all need to get that.
Zephaniah 3:9.
Yeah, go ahead.
So then will I return to the people a pure language.
Wait, God said, will you do what?
Return to the people a pure language.
The Lord said he's going to return to us. Now, how long ago was this? How long ago was this?
I'm not sure.
Well, I ain't asking for a literal timeline. I'm just talking about, this is in the book of Zephaniah. This is before Christ was even on the scene. That the Lord said he was going to return to us a pure language. Because it was pure when? When was it pure? Anybody want to take a stab at it? We read about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So at the time when everybody was the Tower of Babel.
Yes. Before the Tower of Babel. Around the Tower of Babel. It's the same thing. That's when it was pure. We got any iPhone chargers in here? Can you plug this up for me? No, you can just plug it over there. It's all good. So, with that being said, it was pure during the time of Babel, during the Tower of Babel, during the time of the Tower of Babel, right? And before that, it was pure when? When we had it and it wasn't tampered with. It was also pure, it was pure back during Adam's time, because that was the first language everybody had, but they wanted to be evil. And then the Lord blessed us to keep it. And we kept it. And when we kept it pure, up until when? The heathens wanted to start using the language. The Assyrians took over because we sinned, and now we got to write these dumb old Assyrian letters. I'm a Yah, my mother. And we got to use Assyrian. And now Esau claiming that he's a damn Israelite is all the way tampered with. Now it's gone. You know what I mean? It's like an STD. It's all bad. Now, except for the IHPK, we came like the goddamn antidote to the STD to clean up our language. And why is that? Because the Lord returned to us a pure language. Now, how did that physically happen? Now, this is the part that I want y'all to understand. I want y'all not to take this lightly. Read it again.
That was 7. Good.
Yeah, read it again. 3, Zephaniah 3 and whatever you was at. 3 and 9. 3 and 9. 3 and 9.
Yeah. For then I will return to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord.
Now, I want y'all to not take this lightly, right? The Lord said he's going to return to us a pure language. Meaning he knew already, he already had his mind made up of how everything was going to go. He's the Most High, he do it however he want to do it, right? But think about this. Because we even know Hebrew again, proves that the Lord is still on our goddamn side.
Right.
Proves that the Lord still loves us, still want us to do right. Because we have our language again. He returned it to it. He gave it back to us. He restored it to us. And now it's like, damn. Now think about how he did it. Through slavery. Through slavery, brothers and sisters died to know this knowledge.
Right.
Died to keep what little bit they had of it. And because we kept the knowledge of who we were, the knowledge of what we believed, Might have been very watered down through slavery. That's a ton of time. 250 years in slavery. But we kept, and getting beat, and getting killed for reading the Bible. That was hard. And after that, the Lord put the Spirit on us to go into Judaism, trying to keep what little bit of an Israelite that we had left. And going into the synagogues and just believing in the Most High, but with no knowledge of who we really were anymore. And we kept doing that. If you look at the Jewish synagogues, black Jewish synagogues in the 1930s, we had schools that taught Hebrew. They taught Yiddish. Schools that taught Yiddish, wearing yarmulkes and all that, but trying to keep what we had. And then finally, the Lord said, it's starting to impress me again. It's starting to impress me. They're doing the Yehudi thing with the towels on their head and we walking around looking like Esau pet. Like goddamn Amalek little pet, little slave. But they starting to impress me with something. I think they got a little bit of faith up in them again. I think they ready. I think the beating, I think the punishment, it might have got to them. It had to be longer than what I thought. It had to be better and worse than what I was intending. But I think he started to get it. And finally, in the 60s, 1969, man, brought us all the way back. In the 60s, Abba Bivens, the brother who the 7 heads who started the ISUPK, came out of his school. Abba Bivens led a revolt in the Jewish synagogues, and blacks and Hispanics went with Abba Bivens, and they taught on the streets. And then Abba Bivens got killed by them damn Muslims during the whole thing when Islam started. Black Islam started, which is, of course, it's just another form of Christianity any damn way, right? Got killed by some Muslims. Whatever happened with Abba Bivens school, everybody sort of just dispersed and, went their own way. Their leader was killed. But 3 brothers, Chief Head Priest Mashab, and his mans, Chief Head Priest Yaquan, and his son, Chief Head Priest Ariad. So it was Chief Head Priest Mashab, Chief Head Priest Yaquab, and Chief Head Priest Yaquab's son, Chief Head Priest Ariad. Came, rented out 1 West, right around the corner from where they were before, and started the ISUPK. And now we got it pure. Give the Lord a hand, because we got it pure. And we went out on the streets and talked. And nobody. Now remember, when we started the school, it was the Israeli School of Universal Practical Knowledge. The Israeli School of Universal Practical Knowledge, right? With that being said, we were still digging into being an Israelite and trying to find historical proof that it was us, besides the scriptures that we were learning that didn't match up to Esau, the things that said the Jews were black, things that said the Jews went into slavery on slave ships. So all we had was scriptures. And the ISUPK, through the will of the Lord and the woman, the earth helping the woman, like it says in Revelations, that's how we got the goddamn school today. We got the artifacts. Captain Katiza always bring it out, the over 800 artifacts that prove that Hispanics are Israelites. And they went on slave ships, just like we did. And came over here, lost their language, and now we learning it, have it back. The Lord said, I'm going to give you Lashawan Qadash. I'm going to give you Lashawan Qadash, your language, back. Ka at the end of a root word means your. Give me I'll give you one that says your. Remember, ka at the beginning of a root word means as or like. Ka at the end of a root word means you or your. And I'm going to give you one where we use ka at the end of a root word, right? We always say these words all the time, and they have endings on them. And I'm looking for the one right now that has ka on it, right? It's one that we always say. It's one that they got in the Bible all the time that we always say. I can't remember it right now. I can't find it because I had it written in Hebrew. But Bayafka, your house, right? Your God. Oh, Alahaya. That was perfect. Your God. Alahaya. Ka. Alahaya. Power. Right? Ka. Your. Yahweh Alahaya. The Most High, your God. All right. What's the cadence? I mean, not the cadence. What's the credo of Israel? Shema Yasha'Allah, Yahweh Alahayanawa, Yahweh God. The Lord, our God, is one Lord. But then you also have in the scriptures where it says, Yahweh Alahayakah, the Lord, your God. The Lord, your power, / God. Lord, your God. Alahayakah. So, ka at the end of a root word means your or you. We say it in slang, just like the water for your service, right? Right? The water. The water means thank you. Kaya is a root word which means for. So thank you for, and then ibadka. Ibad is a word that means service or serve or work or servant, right? Ibadka. The water for your service, for your work, for your serving. The water kaya ibadka. The water for your service, right? Now, that is how you use the ending ka. It's like if I race it a little fast, somebody's got to rewind it a little bit, a couple seconds, and then write it down, right? So you can go on to the next one. So, I don't want y'all to take that light where the Lord said, I'm going to return to you your language. You know why? That proves that the Lord is with you, man. And with that being said, you better be a better you every goddamn day, every second of the day. Every second that went past, you better do it better than the second that just went past. And I ain't trying to sound like no Christian pastor, because that gave me a weird spirit when I said it like that. But a weird vibe, which is, spirit. I mean, but I'm telling you, you have to be better every minute of the day. At the minute before, you want to increase. You want to make the goddamn kingdom. You want to feel like Christ is coming back this year. Christ is coming back in 40 days. Like Nineveh was told. You're going to die in 40 days. You want to live your life like that. You want to say, God damn it, I'm going to be twice as better as I was 2 minutes ago. That's how you want to be. You want to make sure. You want to make sure and not be sure. You want to make your election sure. The Lord said He's going to return to us our language. And we have it back. What the hell does that mean to you? Does that mean be sad and lonely all the time? Does that mean be angry and want to fight everybody every damn day? What does that mean to you? Does that mean you can take one more puff of the weed? I mean, goddamn, pop another pill because you got more time? No. That means you better get yourself together right now. All right? Somebody had their hand up. 817. All right, we on to the next connector. Why? All right. Why? This character, why? Meaning he. or his slash him. That's really the same thing. He is him. I put him down here. I'll leave it just like that. I just put him over here, right? Shalom, brother.
Yes, shalom.
Shalom. So this is the character Wa. Right? Now this character, when it falls at the end of a root word, it means he or his or him. Right? This car belongs to him. This is his house. That's his wife. Not he. It just means his or him is possessive. It means his or him. This car is his. This car belongs to him. This is his wife. That's the wife of him right there in front of you. Right? So this character is Wa, meaning his or him. Give me another one. I give you one where it says him. Give me one where it says him. I'll just do, since I can't think of one, I'll just put one up here. Where it says of him, come we all. The word for shall, the word for of would be shall, if you actually want to use it as a word. Right? If you want to use of as a word, it'll be shall wa, of him, right? Damn, I just thought it was something you were, right? Oh, al you were, right? Was that it? Al you were. I think it was al you were. The ya being a connector. That's another thing I forgot to tell you that Yah does. Yah is also a connector when it's in between I believe, a preposition and the subject and the preposition. I always forget, right? So al-yuwa, meaning unto him. Amar Yahweh, al-yuwa, masha, right? So like Wayadabar Yahweh al-Yahweh, and the Lord spake unto him, right? So Wayadabar means and he spake or and spoke, and then the Most High's name or whoever's name is speaking, and then al-Yahweh, unto him, all right? Where Yah as a connector, it doesn't have a meaning, it's just to connect the subject to the preposition. Right? If I'm not mistaken, I always jam that up, but I believe it's the subject to the preposition. Now that's the character Wa, meaning his or him. Now with that being said, I want to give you another thing that Wa means, right? Let me put this up here. Wa also means they. And I gave this one to y'all before last week with the character Yah. And this is how you know if it means they. When it has a Yah, when it has Yah at the beginning, and then the root word, and then Wa at the end. Now sometimes it won't have Yah at the beginning, it'll just have Wa at the end. It still means they. But you just got to be clear on what's being said in the Hebrew. So Yah, the bar. Yah, the bar, Wa. The bar means speak, right? Speak, it means spoke, right? Speak or spoke. So Yah at the beginning, Wa at the end, meaning they. Like they spoke. In the Bible you'll hear, and they spake unto him. Or and they spake this, or and they did that, right? Yah the Barwa, they spoke, right? Yah the Barwa al Mashah, they spoke to Moses, All right. Or you might see Wayat the Barawa, meaning and then down here, of course, these two connected. They, I keep putting thy. And they spoke. So, and they spoke. Wayat the Barawa, al Masha, and they spoke unto Moses, right? So y'all have it here. Master, can you check and see if there's any questions, bro, for sure? All right. So with that being said, is one more? Is there one more? No, I think I gave it to you with they, right? I did. I gave it to you. They.
They and him was for what?
Right. Him and his. That's when Y is at the end of a root word. It's, like I said, it means him or his, but sometimes it'll mean they. All right. And you'll know it if it has a yah at the beginning. But then just like Israel, we speak slang, so it won't always have a yah at the beginning. It'll just have a y. It just have y at the end, and it still means they. You know how we get. Sometimes we ain't trying to write a full paragraph. You know, we ain't about to be doing all that. And so just so you know, we write and speak slang. All right. The next one, the next character is ha. Now these are all ending connectors. I did when these characters or these letters were at the beginning of a word, and now I'm doing when it's at the end of a word, right? Means she or her. So with that being said, this is the character. I'll put it under the character ha. Ha. Meaning she or her. Ayash, husband or man, right? Ayash, Salakia. Ayasha, when it has a ha at the end. Ayasha, right? Her husband. Ayasha, right? But what is wife? Wife. I forget Ayash's husband and his wife, Asha. Asha, they just take the ya out of it. Asha, his wife. Asha, they just remove the ya. They just remove ya from the word. Asha. But Ayash or Ayasha would be her husband. Right? Her husband. Give me something else. Give me something else that we can do.
So that's with the high at the end, but the high is actually connected to something else?
Yes, ha makes something feminine. Let me put that up there. When you write ha at the end or wa, you're making it feminine. Right? So ha is the feminine form. When it's at the end, not unless it's connected to the word. Like a tha. A tha has ha at the end already. It's not feminine or masculine. Well, it's masculine, but it's neutral, right? A tha has a ha at the end, but it's part of the root word. These connectors fall at the end of a root word, right? So give me one lamb, which is shah. At the Passover, we're going to eat a ton of lamb, right? A ton of lamb. A ton of shayim, right? A ton of lambs, because that's plural. Shayim, right? If I wanted to say her lambs, I would say shayama. Salakia. I would say shayama. Salakia. I would say if I was talking to a woman, it would be shawafwa. Shawafa, right? Shawafa, right? But if I'm talking to a man, shayama, right? Or shayama, right? Either how you say it, shayama, right? Meaning her lambs, right? Because it's plural. Now that's if you're talking to a man. If I was talking to a woman, I would put shawaf, shawafa, or shawatha, right? Shawatha, right? Meaning her lambs. Shawatha, shawatha, shayama.
So this one,
Go ahead. Huh?
this one do connect with the high.
Yes. Because you pronouncing a ha at the end because you're making it feminine. So ha at the end of a root word makes the word feminine. It also means her or she, her lambs, right? Her husband, right? If I wanted to say she said, I would say Amara. Amara. She said. She said Amara because Amar means to say. Means say. I jammed that all the way up. Fix that. Right? Amar is a root word that means say. Amara means she said. Right? Because it makes something feminine. Alright? Or it makes something feminine, it also means she or her, right? Her house. Bayatha, right? Bayatha. Because when we speak into a woman, we try to speak softer. Because they're the weaker vessel, they're the lesser in power. Alright? They're not, the man is the head, you can turn it off. The man is the head, and the woman is the lesser in authority, the lesser in power. She's not lesser of a person, you know what I mean? Meaning it ain't like she's nothing, but she just doesn't have as much authority as a man has. She has all the authority over her kids, but she doesn't have it unless her husband is there. If her husband is not in the household, then she has all the authority over the children. If she does have her husband in the household, he has all the authority over her and the goddamn kids. Right. And the house. You know what I mean? So that's that. So with that being said, this is the character ha. It makes things feminine. Also, wa makes things feminine as well. Wa is the one that you'll see more to make things feminine, like wa. I don't want to say more, but it's like the main one. That lets you know that it's making something feminine. You want to light the candles again, too. Oh, you got a time check?
Time check 8:30.
8:30, yeah, you got to light them back up. Boom, boom, boom. So now, with that being said, let's do the next character, Nawa. Right? So Nawa means us, we, and it means our. Right? And this is the character Nawa. Wa. I mean, that's not the character, this is the word. It is an ending, right? Nawa. Anak Nawa. Right? Abba Nawa. Which means our father. Abba Nawa. Abba meaning father. Nawa is our father. Alright. Anak Nawa, like I just said, the word Anak Nawa, I just said it earlier, about maybe a minute ago. The word Anak Nawa is the root word for us, we are our. Anak Nawa. We just took the ending, Nawa, and put it on the ends of other words, which now makes the words that mean us, we are our. Anak Nawa. Alright? Now this is the root word for we, us, or our. Right? Anak Nawa. Right? So with that being said, we don't have to say a knock now at the end of each word. We just say now. Now, with that being said, that's it for now. We want to get on to the rest of the root words. And then I want to go into a little bit of the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, how Christ's name is Joshua, right? And then I'll show you in the scripture, and then we'll wrap it up after that, right? Now, with that being said, we're going to get on to the next character. If y'all got any questions, let me know. Now, remember what I said to you earlier about not taking that lightly when the Lord said he was going to return to us a pure language because of what that represents. Now that we have this language, that represents your salvation. It represents your status in life as being an Israelite, as being important, as being special. You know what I mean? What else does it represent? It represents the fact that we get a shot at the kingdom, our salvation. And what does it mean? It means you better be better. You better get better every goddamn second of the day, every second of the hour, every day you better be better than the day before. You better treat this like Christ is coming tonight. If you knew Christ was returning tonight, some people would just jump out the window because they knew they fell. Others, however, would fix everything they could possibly fix. It would fix the way they act, the way they treat people, the things they believe in, the things they care about the most. Everything would be dedicated to the Most High, and that's how our life should be. Now, our life, right? With that being said, we got to take this thing seriously, man. This is our life at stake, man. It's our well-being, everything we stand for, who we are. You know what I mean? So we got to take this as serious as can be. All right, so the next one that we get into is come. Now, come, I'll put it up here first. Come is the actual word, the actual ending word for your. Right? Means your. Come. Yahweh, Allahaya, come. Like you, Lord, for using your name like that. But it was the perfect example to say, to show them how we use it. Allah, I can say the Most High, Allah, yeah, come. The Lord, your God, but plural. Meaning before you might have been talking to one person when he said your power or your God, right? Or just the slang. You could have just been slang, right? Could have just been slang, saying the Lord your God, but talking to everybody. Just been slang. It could have just been slang how we wrote it. Or you can use Yahweh, which is the Most High's name. Allahaya, which means power, right? And then come at the end, the actual word that means your, and it's masculine plural. Your, Allahaya, come. The Most High, your power. And come at the end means your. K-A-M, come. Allahaya, come. Now this is our language. I mean, it don't get more simple than this. Everything we learn in is simple, and then you'll see it in the scriptures when you read it, and you're going to see the Assyrian, of course, which is why he had to turn as a pure language. But you're going to see the Assyrian, and it's going to look like this. C-A-M. Right? So Allahaya, come. La, and then I forgot he do ha, and then ya. Allahaya, come, right? But come still means the same thing. Same thing as it does right here. It means your, plural. All right? So now, we're going to do the feminine version of this, right? I'm going to keep everything the same, but I'm going to change one thing. Right? Now, instead of it being Alahaya come, it would be Kun. So, K-A-N. Instead of K-A-M, it would be K-A-N. And this one is feminine plural. I forgot to put up the masculine plural before. Oh, yeah, I did. I put it down here. Masculine plural. This one is feminine plural, meaning you just talking to sisters. I put an N. I was supposed to put an F. Tripping y'all, Salaki. It's feminine plural. Right? Feminine plural. And over here you will put the ending for not. Alahayakan. And now it's feminine plural. The Lord your God, feminine plural. Right? Meaning talking to a group of sisters. Right? Talking to a group of sisters. The Most High, Alahayakan. Imagine if you was teaching a class full of women. Like, you start a class, but the only people in class were sisters, and you teaching in Hebrew, you would say, Alahayakan, the Lord your God chose Atha, Aquathi. Chose you, sisters, right? Now, with that being said, you should have that down. Alahayakan, Kan is feminine plural for your. All right? That shouldn't be hard. The next one we go into is the character Ma. Actually, I want to do, since we was did Kun, I want to do Hum. We did Kun and Cum. Now we're going to do Hum and Hun. So we're going to start with Hum first. And these ain't characters, these are actually words. I keep saying characters. Character is what would be considered a letter today. Hum, right? H-A-M, hum. Now this is not ham, because ham is pronounced chum. C-H-A-A-M. And that would be, in today's language, ham. Right? But that's not what we would write. We would write exactly how it's spelled, chum. Right? And that's ham. But this is hum. And hum means they. It means them. Them, and it's masculine plural. So, it's something to say, al yahum, right? So, al yahum. Al yahum. So, it might have been, the bar, or let's use Amar. Let's use Amar. Either or is cool, but I did the bar before, so let's use Amar. Amar. So like Ya Amarwa. Ya Amarwa, meaning they spoke. They said to. Ya is just a connector. That's it. It's a connector. They spoke to them. Ya Amarwa al Yahum. They spoke to them.
Sorry, what's connected in that first word?
This is Ya. This is Ya, and then Amar, and then Wa. Remember I said Ya at the beginning of a word means they? Ya at the beginning of a word and a Y at the end of a word means they. So Ya, Mar, and then Wa. These two mean they when they connected. You usually see Waya Amar Wa in the Bible, meaning and they. And they and Amar means said. It means say or said. That's what Amar means. Say, said. And they said to them, Ya Amarwa al Yahom. And they said to them, right? This is our language. They can't say we ain't got it. If I'm teaching the damn thing, I didn't even graduate from high school. I got a damn GED. 3, 4, 5, 8 years later. Right? Got a damn GED. And was not in class because of the life that I loved in America that I was pursuing that was definitely going to get me killed or thrown in jail. The same way as anybody. So you can't say, I just came up with it and made it up. This is a Yale University Hebrew 101 textbook. So you can't say that we're wrong. Yale says that's right. The oppressor. And why would they know? Because we spoke the language enough through all the way up until when? Until we went into slavery.
Right.
We spoke the language all the way up until we went into slavery. And afterward, what y'all thought, wait a minute, what you thought in slavery when we came to America, we just couldn't speak Hebrew no more? How did we understand English? Huh? We barely understood what the hell Esau was talking about, but some of us knew what Esau was talking about. And all that, and here to with, therefore with. That's cool, but that was far from us. We was in Africa, hiding with them dirty, stinking Africans, and saying, Ya Amarwa al Yahum, getting beat. Saying, your name is Toby, La'a, Anya, Shamya, Morah. Whack, no, your name is Toby. Even though this is in roots, that didn't, that happened to us, but not like that, right? But we would be saying, La'a, Anya, Morah. No, your name is Toby. La'a, Shamya, Morah. No, your name is Toby, Shamya, Morah. Your name is Toby, La'a, Morah. I'm saying that's what the hell was happening to us, man. All the way up until Esau came and took the language, meaning took the language and mixed it with Yiddish that they already had. They already had Yiddish. They just took our alphabet, took our words and blended it with the Yiddish words and, made it how it was. Made it what it is now. Right? To that bastard Ben Yehuda and the rest of them devils. Right? But we were speaking this language on the boat. We were speaking this language on the goddamn slave boat. Ya Amar wa al Yahum. They said unto them, we asking each other, what them devils say to our brothers and sisters at the front of the boat? Ya Amar wa al Yahum. Then whatever else. They said to them to shut up or we're going to beat you or we're going to throw you off the boat. We're going to throw you overboard. The ones of us who could translate. Because most of us probably didn't know what the hell they was even talking about. Go ahead.
If I could too, they when they came over here, they found out that Native American writing that was the Hebrew.
That's absolutely right.
So we were speaking it over here too. So when they came and got us, it might have like changed. You know how we do after a while. It'd be a little bit different, but it was the same thing.
Right.
We speak Hebrew.
They came over here to our Native American brothers and said, can you help us till the land? And some of our Gadite brothers and Reubenite brothers said, Salakia, Ya Morwa al Yahum. Salakia, excuse me. Oh, Salakia, hold on. Salakia, Ma Ya Morwa al Yahum. Because Ma meaning what? Salakia, Ma wa Ya Morwa al Yahum. Salaki, what they say to them? They said, can they got some blankets for them to keep them warm through the winter. Khan, Tawah, Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah. Next thing you know, we die of goddamn smallpox, man. Our Gadite brothers, man. They said, Salaki, Ma Ya'amar wa al Yahum. What they say to them? Khan, Ya'amar wa al Yahum, that they gonna give them blankets to help them through the winter, and then we die of smallpox. This is what we were saying. We were speaking our language, all right? So now we're gonna switch it over. Y'all should have this, right? So we're gonna do it how we just did it. Switch one word. Switch one character. That was masculine plural. We're gonna do the feminine plural, which y'all should be catching on by now. That we're gonna put the character na to make it feminine plural. Hun. So you got hum, and then you have hun. Right? So, Ya'amarwa al Yahum. They said to them, Ma Ya'amarwa al Yahum. What they say to them. But now you're speaking to women, you're speaking to sisters. This is feminine. Now two women are saying, two women sitting at the bottom of the ship, holding their legs, cold, shivering, naked, because Esau is a nasty, perverted bastard. And you shivering like, Maya Amarwa al Yahun. What they say to them, to our other sisters up there, they said that they want to bring them to the back of the ship for some reason. And you know what that means. They said if they don't eat, hold on, let me say it. So they shivering saying, Maya Amarwa al Yahun. And then the sister says back to him, Amarwa al Yahun, that if they don't go back to, so hold on, let me slow it down just so you can be with me. So the sister's sitting down shivering saying, Maya Amarwa al Yahun. What they say to them. Then the sister answers and says, Ya Amarwa al Yahun, they want them to eat or they're going to throw them overboard. All right? This is what we were speaking on the boats. Our Gadite sisters, our Reubenite sisters said, Maya Amarwa al Yahun. What they say to them. And then the other sisters respond and say, Ya Amarwa al Yahun, that they got blankets for them for the winter. Khan, Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah. And then we all die of smallpox. This is what we were speaking, man, when all that happened. When we went into slavery. When an oppressor came over here to establish the new world and celebrate Thanksgiving and blame it on new white Jesus. This is what we were speaking, man. This is our language. So now we're going to keep on going. And the reason why I said that is, being in America, so you might not understand that it didn't just poof out of our brain and out of existence. We lost this language over time. And this is part of the reason of why we were able to keep it, which is why it's so easy for us to understand Hebrew. 400 years, yes, that's a long time. But during this 400 years, we was definitely still speaking Hebrew. Definitely within the first 100 years. You had women that was pregnant on that boat. Ain't have their baby yet. Might have had the baby on the boat. Might have had the baby after the boat. Might have came over here, had sex, then made the baby. So you got, definitely the first 100 years, we was still speaking Hebrew. Like, what the hell is the devil's talking about now? Go ahead.
What's so heavy about what you're bringing out is like our people like, and this is why, you know what I'm saying, the UPK, we always say we gotta shake the Christianity off your brain. Like, stuff that's common sense to the other nations is shrouded in mystery in Christianity and lies to where we can't even understand that the language didn't completely die. Like, we don't understand how it got translated out of Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? Because the 1611 came in what year?
Exactly.
So obviously they knew how to translate from the ancient Hebrew to translate it into English. You see what I'm saying?
How did the scholars know Hebrew in 1611?
Right.
I mean, goddamn, it couldn't have been that hard.
Right.
I mean, how did Esau know Hebrew after 1611? Go ahead.
And if I could, the other part, you know what I'm saying, I bring this out sometimes in this class, like,
Go ahead.
it's heavy about it is the same way they try to make our languages superior. They try to make the Bible seem like it's lies, like the land don't exist, like the people don't exist. Like they try to erase, they try to erase the reality of all of it and paint a new picture that don't make no damn sense, and then give you that in Christianity. Like that's
right. Damn, Astawak, I got to give you a hand. I got to give Astawak a hand, yo. Shit, Astawak, what you saying is so heavy, man. Especially how you said, like, how they try to just make it seem like it's wiped out. And I mean, they don't give us any credit for anything that we do in America as far as exactly what you said about us translating it out of the Hebrew tongue into English, which means niggas knew Hebrew and English.
right.
Like, here's the thing. Yeah, we was in Africa 1,500 years, but we was speaking our language.
Right.
And English was being established. Latin was being established during all that time. And during the Crusades, which is the Dark Ages, we was in Africa. Some of us was in Europe, the rest of us was in Africa. The smelly place to be, but we was there. Now, with that being said, we were speaking Hebrew in both places. And here's the thing, King James was not in the goddamn truth. But damn, he did a hell of a work for the truth. Listen, some black Negroes see you fighting somebody down the street, that don't mean they're going to run and help you. Even if you was fighting a white man. So don't expect them to say, oh, my brother's going into slavery. Let me run from England in my mansion to run and help them in the goddamn mud hut. Come on, think about blacks and Hispanics. We ain't doing that. You can see a nigga fighting a white man at the corner in the world, you are not going to help. Even if he loses. As a matter of fact, when he lose, what you gonna say? That white boy whoop your ass. You know what I mean? You gonna make fun of him. Go ahead.
If I could, you know what I'm saying? We watch each other get killed by the police right in front of us.
Man, goddamn it, Astawak, I got to give Astawak a goddamn hand, man. He said we watch each other get killed by the police and pull out cameras. I ain't mean to cut you off, Astawak. Go ahead, huh?
Now, if I could, that's what I wanted. That was really all I wanted to say. Like, we still watching ourselves get abused now. If it's like, because we still act like we don't know each other, and then it's like the distance back then would have been a problem. But now we act like we don't know each other and we see each other every day like the strippers.
What you saying is so heavy because we will be 10 feet away from the oppressor with his knee on a black person's neck and watching them die. And guess what we do? Nothing. So you expected King James to come from England to Africa with no camera through a pistol, through a goddamn pistol. You expect him to come from England to not an airplane either, but a full camelback ride. Goddamn, listen, I don't know what you're thinking. He was not coming. All right, you didn't do nothing for the goddamn. We didn't do nothing for George Floyd. You ain't do nothing for no damn body that was getting killed, which is why the ISBK is not like anybody else, man. I hate to say this, Astawak. I'd be damn to watch somebody get killed in front of me, man. Give Iraq a hand, goddamn. Because he stopped somebody from getting killed, literally. Whole police damn thing, he was there and stopped the goddamn thing, man. Hell of a brother, man. We ain't about to I'd be damn if I just sit back and just pull out my phone and say, hey, it's a shame, y'all. Look at what they doing, y'all. Listen, tell with that. I'm going to get checked. But at the same time, I'm going to get commended for not being a coward and being a hero, doing the only thing a priest of the Lord would do, and that's help somebody that's in danger, man. But that being said, let's move on. All right? Let's do the next thing. The next thing is there. So we did them, right? Masculine and feminine plural.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Time check 8:58.
8:58. This is the last two. There. Now, don't quote me on this. I think it's THIER, right? There. And this is their masculine, right? Masculine plural, of course. But it's ma at the end. When you see the character ma at the end of a root word, sometimes you'll be reading it. You'll be reading the Bible, maybe during a Sabbath service or maybe online, and you will see a word, and then it just has a random ma at the end of that word. That random ma is there, is the word there, right? Same thing if it's the character nah. I'll just put this one under it, right? So now you got there. I don't know if it's THEIR or IER. No. Listen, y'all gonna have to laugh at that one, all right? They're feminine plural, right? There, you will see the character na at the end. You'll just see a random na at the end of a root word, right? And you'll be saying, like, you'll be trying to, connect the words. And you'll be trying to figure out why is this, in your mind at least, trying to figure out why is this ma or this na randomly at the end of this word. And that's because it's saying there. That's what it stands for, there. Might be THIER. I forget. It is all. I'm on a whole nother thing right now, right? So with that being said, Aki, now let me go into the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary real quick. Alright? I'm going to pull this up on my phone. I want to go to the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Let me check the class. Alright, cool. Now with that being said, right? So we got a Zondervan up here. Oh yeah, we do. We got one right here. Right? So I'm gonna pull this out for y'all. I actually read it myself. Right? Salaki. This phone getting on my nerves, alright. Let me type in Joshua. Right? Joshua's name is Yahushua. Yahushua's name is Joshua in English. I believe it's Jesus in Greek. Alright? So I'm going to read to you. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 3. The Blue Letter Bible, just so y'all can see it. There we go. If I can hold this still. Alright. Just so y'all can see it. This is Exodus chapter 33, verse 11. And the Lord spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. And he turned again to the camp. But his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle. So Joshua was there witnessing Moses speak face to face to the Most High. And Joshua was a goddamn rider for Moses. He got the job done. Now, I'll read this in Hebrew. Vayadabar Yahweh al Masha Panyam al Panyam Ka'ashar Yadabar Ayash al Ra'aywa Yeshab Washab al Ha-Machana Wa-Mashar Thawa Yahawashai Ban Nawun Yahawashai son of Nun, which is Nun, which is Joshua, son of Nun, Na'ira, Yamayash, Mathawak, Ahab. So I want y'all to see this. It says Yahawashah, if I could, Yahawashah, son of Nun. And it is the Salakia. That is on the third line, right? So I actually now is on the top line. I just moved it over, right? Yahawashah, right? You see it right there. You see over here, it said Joshua, right? So you can't deny it. Can't deny it. Now, we're going to go into the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. We're going to go into Christ, right? What page was this? Hold up. Got it on my phone. Took a picture of it earlier at camp. I'm going to go right to the picture, pull it up for you. Then we're going to go right there. Then we're going to clip it, all right? What was this? Christ, Messiah. All right, this is Christ, the definition of Jesus Christ. Right? We on page, what was that, 140? Boom, 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 boom. 140, where we at with it? Boom, nope, it ain't 140, it is. Give me 1 second, we got it right here. Jesus, boom. Jesus Messiah is right here. All right, I'm going to try my best to just underline this. Right? Salaki, y'all. So I'm going to just put a mark next to it so y'all can see it. Right? And then I'll bring it over. So it says, right here, page 107, it says, names, titles, and offices. The name Jesus means Savior. Matthew 1:21, which is not exactly what it means, but we're going to let that ride. And is the same as the Hebrew name Joshua. Now I'm going to try my best to underline this without tearing anything up. Right? So I'm going to try to put that up here on the board, right around where my thumb is at. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm trying to get it close. I can't see a damn thing over here. I'm trying to see it. Hopefully y'all can see it. Right? I tried to underline Joshua. It is the same name as Joshua. All right? Because I brung this out in class quite a few times. And, I heard people, I know people probably don't understand a lot of things that IHBK says. But it's because we have proof. Right? All right. So Yahawashah. Yahawashah. Right? Yahawashah. And the Assyrian as Yahwa. And then I forgot they do this little thing right here. Shah. And then I. Right? That's Yahawashah. In English, Joshua, which was a very common name in Israel. Yahawashah is a very common name in Israel. Joshua in Greek, I believe, is Jesus, right? I believe that's Greek. It's the same damn thing, all right? I just wanted to pull that out, prove that real quick. I'll design the Van Compact Bible Dictionary from the white man, because a lot of Israelites only respect what the white man says. It's a sad thing. And then I wanted to show you in the scripture. With that being said, I'm going to pass the class off. Say it again. Yeah, Khan. With that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer of 50 Ostawak. Yeah, you can clip it online.